Hello class, welcome to the second lesson in our skill-related fitness unit, coordination. Now coordination is an extremely important skill because it enables us to participate in our sport and activities and develop our full potential, but also in our everyday lives, it gives us the skill to deal with the different things that we need to complete in our lives. So in today's lesson we're going to look at what is coordination, what are some of the different types of coordination, how can we improve coordination? What are some activities that help us develop coordination? What is coordination? Coordination is the ability to move two or more body parts under control, smoothly and efficiently. It is a myth that we're born with our level of coordination. Now, some of us may have certain things that help us develop our coordination more quickly, but we all go through the same basic process. So when you were little, you did things like trying to sit up, stand, walk. These are all gross motor skills. These are skills that involve the large muscles of the body. So in sports, things like running and jumping, those would be examples of gross motor skills. Then as you got older, you developed your fine motor skills. These are using the small muscles. You can see the little tools on there, manipulate things like scissors, writing. Those are all fine motor skills. So in sport, we're doing something like dribbling a basketball, we have to use that fingertip control, those fine motor skills. The last thing that involves our coordination with our movement is precision of movement. And what this means is the accuracy we have with our movements. So if I'm in an activity where I'm striking a ball, for example, if I'm kicking a soccer ball, I want to kick it at a certain point. Or if I want to strike a baseball or softball, I want to hit at a different point. And the better that I can do that, the more successful I will be at that skill. So we have two main types of coordination in sport. We have hand-eye coordination, which a lot of sports use. Again, that's where throwing, catching, striking objects. And really the way you get better at that is just doing those activities in different ways, like throwing, catching different objects, or throwing, catching things at different speeds, or striking things at different angles. Foot-eye coordination is used in things like soccer. And again, the same thing. The way we're going to get better at this is using different objects, using different surface areas, using different angles, different speeds. And again, over and over again, repetition is what's going to make us better at hand-eye coordination and foot-eye coordination. How do we improve coordination? Well, as I said in the last slide, practice, practice, practice. And again, despite what Allen Iverson said, as you can see in the cartoon, okay, we do need practice. That's the only way that we're going to get better or develop our coordination. Because what practice does is it makes those motor patterns permanent. So, for example, when you learn how to walk, you now walk now without even thinking about it because you've done it so many times in your life. It makes those movement patterns permanent. Another way we can improve our coordination is by also developing our balance, strength, and agility. Now you can see in the picture on the right, the gymnast using the pommel horse. To be successful with that activity, he not only needs the coordination, but he has to have balance and the strength. You can see him hold himself up, and the agility to move around the pommel horse as he's doing that. So those components are key to helping be successful at the skill of using the pommel horse. Another way we can improve our coordination is by focusing on bilateral coordination, which means that we're using both sides of the body. A lot of us are usually only strong either with our right or left side, but for example in basketball it's important to practice right and left-handed layups, in soccer being able to kick with both feet. And again, the more you do that, the more you're going to develop that coordination throughout the other skills in the body. So to develop good coordination, we need things like balance, rhythm, that's the timing of our movements, moving together, being aware of our bodies, being aware of our space. So some different activities that help people do that, especially for younger athletes and teenagers. Yoga is a great activity, martial arts, dance. Again, they all give the body awareness and our rhythm and our movement. Juggling, again, enables that putting movements together and tracking things. Being able to focus, so when we're practicing, actually focusing on what we need to do, and then doing some different eye exercise. You can see in the picture down the bottom middle, he's tracking the ball. It's probably a reaction ball, but he's training his eyes. Again, training your eyes, doing some different exercises can help you be more successful with coordination. In summary, coordination is moving body parts together in an efficient, smooth, controlled manner. And again, we're going to develop gross motor skills, fine motor skills, and develop that precision so we're highly effective in our activities. Again, hand-eye and foot-eye coordination are important depending on what our activities are, what our sport are. And again, we can improve coordination. The biggest thing is just practice all you can, get as much practice as possible, and develop that balance, strength, and agility to help with your coordination. And try to use both sides of your body. Also, activities like yoga, martial arts, dance, juggling, improving your focus, doing eye exercise will also help you with coordination. So think about, again, if you look at the picture to the right, you can see how coordination is one important component of fitness. So think about how you can use coordination in your training, how it can benefit you in your sport or activity, and what are some ways you can incorporate that into your training.